Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I hope you guys liked that first impressions look. By the way, it is Jazz again, but I hope you liked that first impressions look of Asterogues. I wanted to showcase something a little different this time. Well, that time around, and that had just come out of early access. And yeah, I hope you guys found some enjoyment in that one. I personally really like trying out new games. I just hope that some of the games that I've been showing off have been fun for you guys to check out as well. It's, I don't know, it's a passion of mine, getting to check out some of these fun things that come out. So I really do like doing first impression videos, but pardon me. I don't know, I kind of have this thing where I get really unsure of what I'm doing on my channel, and it's only gotten worse as I've noticed the performance of some of my latest videos. So it's making me think: am I doing the right thing? Am I overthinking things a little too much? Honestly, it's probably that latter one because, I mean, hey, I know myself. I know the sorts of things that I tend to think about, and yeah, if I were, well, I'm not gonna say if. I know myself well enough to know that this is very. I don't know. If it sounds like my thoughts aren't exactly the most present thing in the world, it's because they're not. I'm just kind of all over the place right now, trying to think about what I want to do with the channel, and I don't know. But let's focus on something different right now. Let's focus on the Arcana that we're going to be using today, which, contrary to what you might think, is going to be... I'm completely saying the wrong words here. So allow me to explain. It is after work at this point. I don't normally record after work just because I would like to spend some time with my roommate, who's already gone to bed, by the way. He's been exhausted lately. And then the other thing is, because of that, I don't... Obviously, it's late, so I am just kind of not thinking clearly. So my apologies for that. If that makes it feel like this is going to be an awkward run, then you are correct. But we're going to be doing Ward of Chaos today, and I don't normally dig wards, but I think this one attacks frequently enough for it to be worthwhile. But on top of that, it also increases the damage of anything that you cast in its range. So set this up and then do that. Oh, look at that. More damage. And just for the record, yeah, it's just an extra 10% damage to anything that you hit an enemy with in that open ring. The ring is not open. What am I talking about? And the reason why I want to showcase this one is, well, first of all, it's different from what I normally do. Second of all, I actually kind of like this spell. Like, I actually have a bit of a soft spot for Ward of Chaos, just because it really does just boost any damage that you do in that ring, and it's fan-freaking-tastic. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. It's just amazing. But then another thing that I really like is it's a summon, so you can go in here with that, and you got two of them going on. Now, the one downside to that is that because there's two of them, that means that you have two targets that you need to kind of keep alive. So we'll see how well it works in this scenario, but I think it'll be okay. As far as what we're going to be using for our build, I would like to use something that's... We'll start here. We're going to go Spike Track because I want to go with something a little hard-hitting. Then here, I want something that's ranged, but also strong. Preferably something that won't knock enemies out of the range of the attack. So Flame Cleaver is a good option. Exploding Fireball will knock enemies away, but the initial hit will hit them while they're in the ring, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's either that or I go with Flame Cleaver. Let's see if that works out any better. It does an okay amount of damage. Let's see, I'm gonna be focusing so much on these stupid things that I say, like, it's not even gonna be funny. Like, in my head it'll be funny, but then people are like, you're spending way too much time thinking about your grammatical mistakes. And whereas they're right, I don't like admitting that to other people, so I'll just be like, you're a grammatical mistake. And then everyone will laugh because of how clever I am. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Earthquake Axe. This seems like the right combination of strong and controlling for my taste. And we're gonna go Air Spinner again, because I could use some 360-degree control. And there we go, Ward of Chaos. Now, obviously, nice. You saw the sort of range that it has, and it's just constantly burping up little chaos pellets to hit enemies with. It does a fine enough job at keeping enemies off your back. Like, it's not great at it. None of the wards are, let's be fair. But I think this one does a good enough job given what you have to work with. And obviously the enemies don't spend too much time targeting your wards, so... like, they still come after you, so for the most part, you're pretty much free to just wail on them. And they last a little while, too, like a good long while. So generally, by the time your cooldown is done, which the base cooldown is, what is it, roughly 7.5 seconds? I was trying to look that up, and then I kept forgetting because I was talking about how rare it is for me to do videos at this time. And that room just kicked my ass, so... okay, might come back for the Prickly Ballet just for a little bit of additional control. Now, I don't play with wards often. Like, this is the only ward that I really like, and it's probably pretty obvious why. And what I was gonna say is... the one issue that I have with the pop-up primer, and I don't know if this is still a thing, but I believe the pop-up primer actually reduces the amount of HP your summons have, so it could be lowering the durability of my wards. But I don't know if that's a thing that it does anymore. And even though the enemies don't target them, they do take incidental damage from whatever the hell it is you're doing. So you just have to kind of be careful. And like I said, I don't know if the pop-up primer has been changed, because what I just read didn't say anything about the summons having less HP. So it could be just a very normal. We'll definitely take that for some more, for both control and power, why not? So it won't be great against Freya. We're still going to be looking for something else to fight her with. Maybe we'll go in there with a cease and desist letter so she'll stop telling me all those stupid ice and water puns. Kidding, the puns are fun. Nothing wrong with them aside from the fact that they make you cringe up a little bit and go, ooh, that was kind of bad. There's really nothing over there that I want, but I will still purchase something just for the sake of... You know, we'll grab that. And then, yes, I will grab this. And because their thing is that they increase all damage done within that area, well, I should say all damage that you do in that area, you don't have to build around it, you don't have to guess at what specifically you're going to be trying to boost, you're going to try to boost. You just set it down and just let the effects handle the rest. Okay, I need to switch around the place of these two because I keep thinking I'm going to throw out the ballet, and then I just lunge forward with a giant punch. It's like, no, that's not what I was thinking! Well, what were you thinking, Dark Sage? Ah, that's the neat part. I wasn't. Okay, well, we definitely upgrade the ballet. So, the other thing that I've noticed about this is that when you have the pop-up primer, they pop up in a pattern that's perpendicular to the way that you're facing. So you see how there they popped up in a horizontal pattern because I was facing vertically. Now, if I were to do it at an angle, like say we set it up while I'm going this direction, and there you go, they face this direction. Does that make sense? Because that's going to help me determine how I place them. Now, I'm pretty sure that's just a thing with the pop-up primer, because when I was doing it with just the spell... Yeah, take that. Hold on, is this... No, this doesn't blend with the Tea of Mercy. What am I thinking? What am I thinking the spiked emergency kit? Oh, the carrot cake. Okay. See how useful the Ward of Chaos is? Like I said, they sit there for such a long time that they can just be sitting there aiming you with well-timed, like, bomb pellets. And you wouldn't even think about it. It's like, the enemy tries to walk up to you, and then it just suddenly gets blasted out of nowhere. It's like, oh, thank you. The Ward of Chaos is like, don't even worry about it. Just go on about your day. See, this is the one time where I was actually expecting to get that, and then I was like, oh yeah, I changed their places. And by the way, if you're watching how I'm playing and going, Dark Sage, are you going to be okay for the later levels? Honestly, my answer right now is, I have no idea. No clue. We're just going to get there and we'll figure things out. Alright, I am going to grab this. And I'll grab that as well. Yeah, ward kill. The idea that they have that effect when you just put them down, it's so nice because they come out and they're already giving you value. Then they're boosting all your damage and then throwing out their own dark bomb pellets. It really is useful. Perfect. Yeah, that'll be a big fat no. You get away from me, strange spell. Darksage, have you thought about the idea that maybe it just wants a friend? Well, if it wants a friend, it can behave better around me. That's just all there is to it. Thank you, Chaos Wards. I love these things so much. Like, it does make me wonder, am I missing out on something by not using the other wards? And then I have to remind myself, but the other wards have serious issues. Like, none of their attacks come out just a little bit too slow. I'll take that. They are of a specific element, which of course is not an issue in and of itself, but when it becomes an issue is when you're trying to figure out what spells you need to use to make it better. Or rather, what element gets improved while inside the area of the ward, and it's like when they're upgraded, it just doesn't make any sense. And maybe that's just me being a stinky old poopy head when it comes to understanding that. But it feels like, obviously, it upgrades its own element, but then it also upgrades, like, some enemy element, and it's like, I just don't get how I'm supposed to build around them. I'm aware that's a skill issue, don't get me wrong. Okay, this floor is just tearing me apart. You're tearing me apart, Zeal. I'm now tempted to go find a picture of Tommy Wiseau and use that as the thumbnail shot for this video. If I end up doing that, you'll understand why, I hope. Like, hopefully the reference I made isn't too obscure with my audience. Fairy adoption. And just because it is a thing we can do to improve ourselves... Oh, hold on. I am going to fight this boss first. So good. I wish I could have gotten that before I picked all that up. God damn it. Okay, so... Make me brilliant. And you, sir, make me healthy. Alright. I guess you could say this is kind of a summoner run, but I'm not going to treat it like a summoner run. Maybe I should, though, just because of how everything is working out. It definitely feels like I'm being assisted by another entity. You mean because you are Dark Sage? Alright. Just because you have logic on your side. Admittedly, I don't use this ability very often, and now that I'm using it here, I'm like, this just feels cozy. Like, I just like how it feels. I can't explain it. Actually, I've been doing nothing but explaining it. And that's part of the reason why I chose cooldown, by the way, because with cooldown reduction, you can... Like, they already last longer than your cooldown timer, but... When you have cooldown reduction, you can do what I just did and have at least a short period of time where you have 4 wards out. Okay, I think we get rid of this and grab the glass cannon because I do have the T giving me more health. And the glass cannon gives me more damage. It just works out nicely. It's like a pseudo-synergy. The only reason I say it's not a direct synergy is because it doesn't say, like, yeah, the glass cannon reduces your maximum health. But if you have this, then it does something different. It's just these two items work well together is the point. There's more wards, but I don't want more wards. But, some of you who do like the ward spells, let me know. Am I missing out by not testing out the other wards? Like, do they actually do more than I give them credit for? Because I'm very aware of the idea that I have a biased perspective on this. Like, I'm one of those people that started playing this game, like, right away day one when it first came out. And back then, the wards were kinda eh. Like, the Ward of Chaos itself was only added during the Phantom update. And so it wasn't around as long, but it had a chance to prove itself. Because it was one of the... because they did the one thing that I kind of wanted all the wards to do, which is just boost your damage, period. And I'm aware that that would probably have made them a little too strong. But then if that was going to make them too strong, then why did they do it for this one? Like, it just feels like they were trying to take too many concessions with the awards. And then this one came out and I said, I love it. Don't change a single thing about it. It is too good as it's too valuable to me. It would break my heart if it were to be made weaker. So that's where I'm at, is speaking with a potentially racist accent. I kind of want to pick up the captain's ring. I've got, what is it? Wind, earth, water, and I don't know if chaos counts, but I got like, what, 4 elements? I could probably make this work. Yeah, plus 12. See, that's not bad. Oh, right into just headbutt that fireball. You do it. You smash your cranium through that sphere of pain. Now, you've probably already figured this part out, but when you have a ward active, that's more passive damage that you can use to stun bosses. Ow. But yeah, as you just saw, it very much is the case that these things can be destroyed by just collateral enemy damage. So don't necessarily do what I did and place them down in the middle of your boss's signature attack. They probably won't make it through that. Why did I go there? There was no reason to do that. I mean, you probably just didn't see what was over there, so you wanted to explore. Yeah, maybe. If there was a part of me that was like, I can see the end of this hallway. I don't need to go all the way to the end of this. And yet I did it anyway. Then you know what I just thought of? Fighting within the area of the wards kind of reminds me of using Terra Magica in Elden Ring. It's always an Elden Ring reference with him. I think he was born in the lands between. Oh, he interrupted my punch! God damn it, who do you think you are, Bald Bull? Oh, Jesus. There we go. Ooh, you got anything good here? Not really. I don't want to get the citrus candy because I don't want to send out ball lightnings that will send enemies out of the range of my chaos wards. Thank you, chaos wards. They're like my tiny little explosively temperamented children, and I love them. Yeah, take that. Didn't interrupt my punch that time, did you? I'm not even the same creature that interrupted your punch the first time. It's too late for apologies. Alright, let's go grab ourselves something to offer up to Dr. Song. Well, that's the only thing I even can purchase to offer to Dr. Song. Let's let's just drop this now. It's kind of the whole reason why I bought it, so I could drop it later for a big boost. Discounted health potions? Really? You could have given me an elixir of might. Thank you, my children. I think he's getting a little bit too close to those Chaos Wards. Do we call CPS? Stands for Chaos Protective Services. Yes. Absolutely. And nothing else. Jeebus. Alright, anything good here? Yes, actually, there's two things here I kind of want. And that's good because there are definitely some things here I can give up. Alright, shifting my chair a little bit. Alright, well, unfortunately, that's probably not going to be very helpful. This will be, though. We know that's not going to be helpful, but that will be. Ow! How dare you? Little elemental zoner monsters, you guys suck. You know that? You just make everything harder. Yes, that is the point of why they're there. Smooth. Aw, no magician's wand. Ugh, it feels like such a missed opportunity. Thank you, Splody son. Why does it have to be a son, Dark Sage? Couldn't it be a daughter? Well, I mean, I have two of them. I have one son and one daughter. One of them is named Chaos. And let me guess, the other one is named Chaos Arena, or... Chaos Arena. Well, no, actually, I was thinking Cassandra. In case you have to know. But you know, what I choose to name my metaphorical children is none of your business. The community has a right to know these things, Dark Sage. Okay, well. Let's have another quick look. Honestly, I'd be okay taking that. That's good. I don't want any... Yeah, I think I'm set. We'll just go ahead and get into the end game here. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering, no, it's not a Marvel reference. Calm down. The term endgame existed before Marvel Comics. I tend to reference a lot of things while I'm doing my recordings, but this time it wasn't a reference. It just means the end, towards the end of the run. You know, the end of the game. End game. We're still gonna call you an Avenger, Stan. Okay, fine. I'll have you know you're making my bird very confused with comments like that. Beautiful. Also, while it's on my mind, I should point out Wizard of Legend 2 still in early access, of course, did get an update, but it was just adding more language options. So I'm happy that they're adding in a little bit more, you know, international accessibility, but not a big gameplay change. So if you're wondering about that, there's a pretty good reason why I'm not doing Wizard of Legend 2 right now. It's not like any major dislike or anything, it's just I'm kind of waiting to pick up Wizard of Legend 2 again until there's like a big gameplay update. Not for any major reason, of course, just because I feel that would be more interesting for y'all. And fairy adoption. Thank you. And honestly, I think we're good. We are golden. Let's get in there and show Sura the... I was gonna say the power of the Chaos Wards, but I mean, this man gave us the spell. He already knows. Thank you, Mirror Shield. Yay, victory! So that is the Chaos Wards. Now, remember, you don't get 2 of them by default. I want to put this up as a reminder, you're not going to get 2 of them unless you take the pop-up primer. That's what creates a second one. And it also gives you a nice little Venn diagram of additional damage. Otherwise, you only get one, and whereas it's still helpful, it's just way more helpful to have 2 of those big areas of damage. Like that, see? Hi, Ward. So that is it for the Chaos Wards. Ward of Chaos, definitely, like, it's... Even using it now, I keep thinking to myself, wow, it's a better spell than even I remember when I was using it, and I already like the spell. So definitely give it a chance. It's one of those... It's a summon spell for people who don't like summons, if that makes sense. Because it's not sitting there drawing attention away from you, it's just a little helpy helperton that's throwing out damage and increasing your own. And it's absolutely brilliant, and I love it. Oh, and in case you're wondering, if one of them is Cassandra, then I guess the other one is Chad. I don't just want to call it Chaos. That's a silly name. It's a name you reserve for, like, a pet. Or your best friend who knows how to get the attention of the police on a near-hourly basis. That is going to be all for me today, so thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate you coming and spending some of your free time here with me today. At this point, if you guys want me to do some spotlight episodes on some of the Arcanas that you recommend, by all means, hit me up in the comments below or on my social media. My Discord page is usually a very good way to get my attention. So, yeah, hit me up if you want me to continue doing the Arcana Spotlight series and looking at some of these spells that you guys think are interesting. Now remember, I've done all the basics, I've done all the dashes, I've done all of the signatures. This is just strictly standard Arcana that don't have a signature upgrade. That having been said, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and you take care, everybody.